And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the campus of USCA Aiken for today's rivalry matchup between the visiting Augusta University Jaguars and your USCA Aiken Pacers. I'm Reeves Altman. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and we are just seconds away from first pitch. Visiting today is quite frankly, or maybe the most famous city in the world right now. Augusta, Georgia is the Augusta University Jaguars. They come into today's game with a 19-20 overall record, 8-7 in Peach Belt Conference play, and 4-12 on the road. USCA Aiken comes into today's matchup 23-18, 7-8 overall, and 12-8 here in Aiken, South Carolina. We are now just seconds away from first pitch. We will get you the Pacers and Jaguars defensive lineups at the half inning in the first. But in the circle today for the Pacers is number 47, Abby Kegley, 13-7 on the season with a 1.58 ERA, 141 innings pitched with 121 strikeouts and an opponent batting average of 176. As Kegley is ready in the circle, and we are seconds away from first pitch, and we are underway with a fastball for strike one. Leading things off for the Jaguars is left fielder number 3, Chesney Miles. Miles this season batting .230 in 36 games with 3 RBIs, a .230 slugging percentage, and a .309 on-base percentage. As Miles checks her swing on an outside pitch, and she did not go around for ball one. Miles steps into the left-handed batter's box. Rouse at third base playing in front of the bag for the Jaguars as Miles swings and hits a bouncing ball back to Kegley in the circle. She steps to first in time for out number 1. Now batting for the Jaguars is center fielder number 18, Sydney Gilbert. This season, Gilbert batting .306 in 37 games with 16 RBIs, a .424 slugging percentage, and a .433 on-base percentage. The first right-handed batter that Kegley will face this afternoon, as the first pitch to Gilbert is outside for ball one. Gilbert is the center fielder today for the Jaguars defensively. As another bouncing ball played by Kegley in the circle, throwing over to first in time. So 2 batters, 2 straight ground outs to the pitcher Kegley in the circle. That brings to the plate shortstop number 99, Kaylin Scaife. Scaife batting .319 with 2 home runs, 12 RBIs, a .464 slugging percentage, and a .365 on-base percentage as her first pitch is low and outside for ball one. Scaife wearing number 99, an unusual number on the infield. The 1-0 is high and inside, 2-0 now the count. All infielders for the Pacers playing regular depth. As the 2-0 to Scaife misses low, now the count 3-0. The 3-0 down the middle, called strike one. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty here in the top of the first for the Jaguars. A ball is batted off of the glove of Webb. Fisher is able to run over and throw over to first in time to retire the side for the Jaguars in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. As I said just a moment ago, we will get you the defensive lineup for the Pacers, followed by the Jaguars. Behind the plate for the Pacers today is number 1, Molly Rawlings. At first base is number 5, Chloe Webb. Second base, number 7, Autumn Fisher. Shortstop, number 10, Kaylee Bolding. And third base, number 24, Madeline Rouse. In left fielder, also the leadoff batter, here you will see in just a few minutes, is number 4, Perry Rouillard. Center field is number 18, Lydia Johnson. And in right field is number 2, Anna Turner. That is the defensive lineup today for head coach Jacqueline Poole. Now we'll get you the Jaguars starting lineup. Behind the plate is number 9, Caroline Myers. At first base, number 27, Peyton Terrell. Second base, number 1, Grace Bailey. Shortstop, number 99, Kaylin Scaife. And third base, number 26, is Victoria Oropeza. Left field is number 3, Chesney Miles. Center field, number 18, Sydney Gilbert. And in right field, number 21, Navia Ross. In the circle today for the Jaguars is number 12, Ansley Gibson. 6-7 on the year with a 2.60 ERA, 80 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts, and an opponent batting average of 261. Leading off for the Pacers is left fielder number 4, Perry Rouillard. First pitch to Rouillard is a called strike one. Opeza playing up on the bag. Rouillard might be laying down a bunt as Rouillard takes a running attack at the ball as it was outside for ball one. Rouillard this season batting .378 in 41 games with a .452 slugging percentage and a .447 on base percentage. 1-1 currently the count. Gibson ready in the circle. Now the pitch. Rouillard hits a bouncing ball in between the circle and first base as Rouillard beats the throw to first. Gibson was unable to throw over in time, and the Pacers have a lead-off runner on here in the bottom of the first. That brings to the plate second baseman number 7, Autumn Fisher. Fisher this season batting .363 in 41 games with 10 home runs, 38 RBIs, a .774 slugging percentage, and a .432 on base percentage. Fisher steps into the right-handed batter's box here, as Fisher calls time to the official behind home plate. First baseman Terrell and Opeza playing equal or up on the bag. First pitch to Fisher is a fastball for strike one. Fisher swings and misses. Ball gets away from Myers behind the plate. Rouillard advances to second. The count quickly moves to no balls and 2 strikes here on Fisher. But the Pacers do have their first runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first. Rouillard's at bat was ruled a hit, so the Pacers get their first base runner and their first hit of the afternoon. This is game 1 of a 3-game set between the rival Pacers and the Jaguars. The 0-2 to Fisher outside for ball one. Fisher swings and fouls it off to the backstop behind the plate. Stays alive at 1-2. Gibson now ready in the circle, and the 1-2 to Fisher. Swung on and missed for strike 3. The ball does get away from Gibson as Fisher throws down to first, and she is safe. So the Pacers now have runners on the corners with nobody away. Now batting the designated player, Kate Newberry, for the Pacers, batting .351 in 41 games this season, 10 home runs, 44 RBIs, and a .656 slugging percentage with a .380 on base percentage. So Fisher struck out, swinging and missing. The ball got away from Myers behind the plate as Newberry squares around to bunt. The ball going down to second, and Fisher gets herself in an intentional run down to try and get the runner home. Rouillard from third as Fisher gets back safely to first base. Fisher was just steps away from second base, but stopped halfway trying to get Rouillard home. Great job there by Scaife and Bailey at the interior defense for the Jaguars. Newberry squared around to bunt, did not get the bat back in time, so a strike is up on the board. No balls, 1 strike, nobody out, runners on the corners for the Pacers. Now the 0-1. Inside fastball, Fisher throwing down to second. No throw as the ball is taken back to Gibson in the circle. So the Pacers now have runners on second and third with nobody away, but Newberry faces an 0-2 count at the plate. Gibson ready in the circle. Now the 0-2 low and away. Gets away from Myers again. She throws down to first in time for out number one. Now batting for the Pacers, third baseman, number 24, Madeline Rouse. Rouse batting .314 in 37 games played this season. 5 home runs, 17 RBIs, a .598 slugging percentage with a .369 on-base percentage. Runners on second and third here for the Pacers with one away in the bottom of the first. Now the pitch to Rouse. Rouse swings and fouls it off to the backstop for strike one. The 0-1 low and inside, now ball one. Rouse swings and hits a ground ball up the middle into center field for a base hit. One run is in, and Fisher is able to come around and score, and the Pacers take a 2-0 lead on an RBI single from third baseman number 24, Madeline Rouse here in the bottom of the first. Rouse also is able to advance to second base on the throw home from the Jaguars. So it is 2-0 Pacers here in the bottom of the first with a runner on second and one away. Bringing to the plate, first baseman number 5, Chloe Webb. Webb this season batting .313 in 33 games with 12 RBIs, a .490 slugging percentage, and a .347 on-base percentage. Webb steps into the left-handed batter's box. First pitch outside for ball one. The 1-0 inside, 2-0 now the count. The 2-0 finds the outside corner. Good placement by Myers behind the plate for strike one. Terrell Opeza, first and third, playing a few steps in front of the bags on either side of the diamond. Gibson comes set in the circle. Now the 2-1. Webb hits a line drive to the first baseman, Terrell. It gets away from her glove, and Webb is able to beat Terrell back to the bag for an infield single, and the Pacers have runners on first and third, again with one away here in the bottom of the first. As time is called, the Jaguars are going to have a meeting in the mound. We will step aside briefly. 2-0 Pacers here in the bottom of the first, runners on first and third. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the first inning. USCA on top 2-0 with runners on first and third with one away. That brings to the plate number 10, Kaylee Bolding, the shortstop defensively for the Pacers. As Webb runs to second, she is able to get in with one away. Ball to Bolding was low for ball one. Bolding batting .317 in 41 games this season, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, a .517 slugging percentage, and a .336 on-base percentage. As the 1-0 is inside to Webb, moving the count to 2-0. Webb stepping deep into the batter's box, her front foot on the back line of the right-handed batter's box. 2-0 on the way. Webb hits a line drive to center field, and it's going to be over the head of Gilbert. One run is in. Another run is coming around to score, and the Pacers extend their lead to 4-0 on the RBI double from shortstop number 10, Kaylee Bolding. Pacer offense came early today in the bottom of the first. Already 4 runs on 4 hits, bringing to the plate center fielder number 18, Lydia Johnson. Johnson batting .336 in 39 games this season, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, a .382 slugging percentage, and a .376 on-base percentage. Johnson swings and hits a fly ball into foul territory near the Pacers' dugout as Miles Scaife and Apeza made a run for it, and it falls harmlessly to the turf for strike one. Now the 0-1 to Johnson. A fastball low, 1-1 now the count. One misses inside, 2-1 now the count to Johnson. Johnson swings and it's a fly ball to left field. Under it is Miles to make the catch for out number 2. Bolding took a few steps off the bag, attempting to run to third, but she is back to second safely. Now batting is catcher number 1, Molly Rawlings. Batting .197 in 39 games this season, 10 RBIs, a .227 slugging percentage, and a .247 on-base percentage. 2 outs, runner on second for the Pacers here. First pitch to Rawlings, a fastball for strike 1. The 0-1 outside, 1-1 now the count. One misses inside, 2-1 the count to Rawlings. Rawlings swings at the 2-1 into left field for a base hit. Runner coming around third, trying to score, and she is safe at the plate, got under the tag. The Pacers extend their lead to 5-0 on the RBI double from number 1, Molly Rawlings. Good base running there from Bolding as it was a high throw in from Miles into center field. Myers unable to apply the tag in time as Bolding got under the tag just in time, and the Pacers now lead 5-0. Now batting is right fielder number 2, Anna Turner. Runner on second, 2 away for the Pacers. As Rawlings hits a shallow fly ball into left field. Under it is Miles. She makes the catch for out number 3 to end the first inning. For the Pacers in the bottom of the first, 5 runs on 5 hits and 1 runner left on base. We will take a quick break and bring you back for the top of the second. Jaguars coming back to the plate, trailing 5-0. Welcome back to the top of the second inning. Leading off for the Jaguars is pitcher number 12, Ansley Gibson. As Gibson hits a ground ball just foul down the third base line. Gibson this season batting .309 with 4 home runs, 17 RBIs, a .457 slugging percentage, and a .343 on-base percentage. Another breaking ground ball played by the third baseman Rouse, but it was called foul at the plate as it bounced off a home plate, count quickly moving to 0-2. The 0-2 missing low, 1-2 now the count. Gibson turns on an inside pitch and hits it foul down the left field line. Count remains 1-2. One-two just missing outside, evens the count 2-2. Bouncing ball to the second baseman Fisher. She throws over to first in time for out number 1. Now batting for the Jaguars is designated player number 2, Eden Parker. Parker this season batting .328 in 26 games with 4 home runs, 18 RBIs, a .607 slugging percentage, and a .440 on-base percentage. As the first pitch from Kegley is high for ball 1. Bouncing ball again picked up in foul territory by Rouse for strike 1. One called strike 2. One-two missing outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count. Two swung on and missed. Got away from Rawlings briefly, but she throws down to first in time. First out number 2. Now batting right fielder number 21, Nevia Ross. Ross this season batting .341 in 33 games, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, a .424 slugging percentage, and a .356 on-base percentage. As she swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Ball swung on and fouled off at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bouncing ball hit into foul territory in front of the Pacers dugout. Count remains 0-2. The ball slips out of Kegley's hands, bounces to the plate, and actually hits Ross on the bounce as she will take her base and give the Jaguars their first base runner here in the top of the second with 2 away. Now batting is first baseman, number 27, Peyton Terrell. Terrell batting .264 in 37 games, 15 RBIs, a .310 slugging percentage, and a .327 on-base percentage. First pitch to Terrell, a fastball for strike 1. The 0-1 missing outside, 1-1 now the count. One high, 2-1 the count. The 2-1 high, now 3-1 the count at the plate. A fly ball hit it softly into left field. Under it is Rouillard. She makes the catch to retire the side. For the Jaguars in the top of the second, no runs on no hits and 1 runner left on base. We've played 1.5. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Pacers coming to the plate leading 5-0. Bottom of the second inning here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Jaguars. Now in the circle, number 22, Madeline Spinks, not batting. 6-4 overall record this season with a .362 ERA, 67 innings pitched with 38 strikeouts, and an opponent batting average of .272. As the Pacers went 1 through 9 in the bottom of the first inning, so leading things off again in the bottom of the second inning is left fielder number 4, Perry Rouillard. Rouillard comes set, a lefty-on-lefty matchup between Spinks in the circle and Rouillard at the plate. It's the first pitch from Spinks, a fastball, strike 1. The 0-1 to Rouillard finds the zone now quickly 0-2. Rouillard swings and misses for strike 3 and out number 1. Now batting second baseman number 7, Autumn Fisher. First pitch to Fisher, strike 1. The 0-1 low and away, ball 1. Fisher hits a pop-up off the end of the bat, played by the shortstop Scaife, throwing over to first, but not in time. Fisher, quick on the baseline, is able to get to first in time for an infield single. Bringing to the plate for the Pacers, the designated player, number 15, Kate Newberry. Newberry swings and hits a foul ball back to the backstop. Strike 1. Fisher takes off for second base, and she is in safely as the pitch to Newberry was low for ball 1, and the Pacers have another runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the second with 1 away. Newberry hits a ground ball to the third baseman. Opeza, she throws over to first in time for out number 2 as Fisher is able to advance from second to third on the throw over to first. So the Pacers now have a runner on third with 2 away, bringing to the plate third baseman number 24, Madeline Rouse. Rouse swings and hits a foul ball to the backstop for strike 1. A line drive down the left field line going just foul, barely getting out of the way of it is Fisher standing on third base for strike 2. The 0-2 missing outside, ball 1. A line drive caught by Opeza at third. They don't call it the hot corner for nothing. Forced out number 3, and the side is retired. A hard hit ball off the bat of Rouse. But for the Pacers in the bottom of the second, no runs on 1 hit and 1 runner left on base. We played 2. We'll go to the top of the third. Jaguars coming back to the plate, trailing 5-0. Welcome back to the top of the third inning, leading off for the Jaguars. Third baseman number 26, Victoria Perza. This season, Oropeza batting .227 in 26 games, 8 RBIs, .364 slugging percentage, and a .255 on-base percentage. It's the first pitch to her, missing the zone for strike for ball one. Oropeza hit catching the line drive to third base to end the Pacers' threat in the bottom of the second inning. As a fastball is called strike one to even the count at 1-1. Ground ball played by the shortstop Bolding, throwing over to first in time for out number one. Now batting second baseman number one, Grace Bailey. Bailey this season batting .247 in 29 games with 2 home runs, 10 RBIs, a .356 slugging percentage, and a .276 on-base percentage. As Bailey squares around to bunt, but it is fouled off to the backstop for strike one. The 0-1 swung on and missed by Bailey at the plate. Now 0-2 the count. The 0-2 swung on and missed for strike three and out number two. That brings to the plate the top of the Jaguars lineup with left fielder number 3, Chesney Miles. Miles checks her swing at the plate. They appeal to the third base umpire, and he says she did not go around for ball one. Miles swings and misses for strike one. A check swing played by Rouse at third, throwing over to first in time for out number 3 to retire the side. For the Jaguars in the top of the third, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Pacers still on top, 5-0. Bottom of the third inning, leading off for the Pacers is first baseman number 5, Chloe Webb. Spinks still in the circle here for the Jaguars in the third inning. As Webb checks her swing at the plate, and it is fouled off to the backstop for strike one. Webb hits a ground ball to the first baseman, Terrell. She steps on the bag for out number 1. Now batting shortstop number 10, Kaylee Bolding. Bolding checks her swing at the plate. No signal yet. They say she did not go around for ball 1. The 1-0 to Bolding, missing high, 2-0 now the count. The 2-0, a hard line drive played by the shortstop, Scaife, throwing over in time for out number 2. Now batting center fielder number 18, Lydia Johnson. Base is empty, 2 away now. First pitch to Johnson, missing inside, ball 1. One 0 called, strike 1. One and 2 now the count. The 1-2 to Johnson, high and outside, 2 and 2 now the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No runners on. Pacers lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Johnson hits a fly ball down the left field line. Under it is Miles to make the catch for out number 3 to retire the side. For the Pacers in the bottom of the 3rd, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We've played 3. We'll go to the top of the 4th. Jaguars coming back to the plate, still trailing 5-0. Welcome back to the top of the 4th inning. Jaguars coming back to the plate, trailing 5-0. Leading off is number 18, the center fielder, Sydney Gilbert. Number 47, Kegley, still in the circle for the Pacers. Gilbert swings and misses for strike 1. The 0-1, a breaking ball, catches the outside corner of the zone for strike 2. The 0-2, an inside pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 1. Shortstop number 99, Kalen Scaife, steps to the plate with one away here in the top of the 4th. First pitch to Scaife, a fastball for strike 1. Foul ball at the plate as it bounces off of home plate for strike 2. Now the 0-2 from Kegley. Outside for ball 1. The 1-2 high now evens the count at 2-2. Bouncing ball just out of the reach of Kegley in the circle, but a strong throw from Bolding over to first from shortstop for out number 2. Now batting number 22, the pitcher Madeline Spinks, her first appearance at the plate today. Spinks batting .353 in 17 games this season, 2 RBIs, a .353 slugging percentage, and a .353 on-base percentage. This time is called for Spinks to tie her shoe, and now she steps into the batter's box, bases empty, and 2 away. A pitcher-on-pitcher duel here in the circle and at the plate. As a pop-up is hit to the third base side, caught by Rouse to retire the side. For the Jaguars in the top of the 4th, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Pacers coming back to the plate, leading 5-0. To the bottom of the 4th inning here in Aiken, South Carolina. A big sporting event here in the CSRA as the Jaguars and the Pacers are taking each other on in baseball and in softball. Games will be played, obviously, game 1 tonight for softball and baseball. Softball will be playing a doubleheader starting tomorrow at 1 and 3, and I believe baseball will play tonight and tomorrow to finish out their 3-game series. The Pacers won game 1 last night by a final score of 11-9 at Roberto Hernandez Stadium. And just across the river in Augusta is the annual Masters Golf Tournament. As catcher number 1, Molly Rawlings, now at the plate for the Pacers. Count quickly moves to 0-2 on Rawlings. First pitch was a fastball down the middle. Second pitch, Rawlings swung on and fouled it off to the backstop. Pacers offense jumped out early here today with 5 runs and 5 hits in the first inning as Rawlings is called on strikes for out number 1. Yeah, Pacers with 5 runs and 5 hits in the first inning, but since then have only been able to manage 1 hit against Spinks in the circle. Now right fielder number 2, Anna Turner, steps to the plate. First pitch to Turner is low for ball 1. The 1-0 to Rawlings, a fastball for strike 1. Rawlings swings at the 1-1 and is fouled off down the third base line for strike 2. A breaking ball just missing the zone high, evens the count 2-2. Rawlings hits a ground ball to the shortstop. Opeza throwing over to first in time for out number 2. Now batting the leadoff batter here in the Pacers lineup, left fielder number 4, Perry Rouillard. Rouillard swings and hits a line drive, caught by the second baseman Bailey to retire the side. A diving play, Bailey able to hold on through the ground for out number 3 for the Pacers in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We played 4. We will go to the top of the 5th. Jaguars coming back to the plate, still trailing 5-0. Welcome back to the top of the 5th inning. Leading off for the Jaguars is designated player number 2, Eden Parker. Number 47, Kegley, remains in the circle for the Pacers. First pitch from Kegley is low, gets away from Rawlings behind the plate for ball 1. Ground ball played by the third baseman Rouse, throwing over to first in time for out number 1. Rouse a few steps in front of the bag there, able to play the bouncing ball off a hop. Brings to the plate right fielder number 21, Nevia Ross. First pitch to Ross, a fastball for strike one. Ross swings and misses at the 0-1 for strike two. The 0-2 outside, but swung on and missed by Ross for strike three and out number two. Now batting first baseman number 27, Peyton Terrell. First pitch to Terrell outside for ball one. Pacer defense playing at normal depth. Shade from the tree line starting to play a factor, especially on the left side, as rule yard in left field is completely covered in shadows. All defenders, though, are playing with the sun in their faces. It is setting here over the press box in Aiken. 2-0 the count to Terrell at the plate. Fastball inside, called strike one. Terrell hits a shallow fly ball into center field. Coming over to make the diving catch is Lydia Johnson to retire the side. Great hustle there coming over to left center field. Johnson able to hold on through the diving catch. For the Jaguars at the top of the fifth, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We will go to the bottom of the fifth. Pacers coming back to the plate, still leading 5-0. Welcome back to the bottom of the fifth inning. Leading off for the Pacers is second baseman number 7, Autumn Fisher. Number 22, Spinks still in the circle for the Jaguars, as the first pitch to Fisher misses outside for ball one. The 1-0 missing low, 2-0 now the count. A breaking ball to Fisher, missing the zone, low, 3-0 now the count. Movement in the Jaguars bullpen as well. No movement at the moment in the Pacers bullpen. As the 3-0 to Fisher finds the zone for strike one. Fisher hits a line drive into left center field for a base hit, rolling to the wall as Fisher quickly makes her way, rounding second, heading to third, and the Pacers have a lead-off triple here in the bottom of the fifth off the bat of second baseman number 7, Autumn Fisher. And that is only the Pacers' second hit here since the bottom of the first inning. That brings to the plate designated player number 15, Kate Newberry. Newberry swings and hits a ground ball caught by the third baseman. Opeza throwing over to first in time for out number 1. That is the second time in this game that Opeza has caught a hard line drive off the bat of one of the Pacer players. That play was able to hold Fisher at third base, bringing to the plate third baseman number 24, Madeline Rouse. One away here in the bottom of the fifth. Rouse swings and hits a bouncing ball to the shortstop Scaife, throwing over in time for out number 2. Runner remains on third for the Pacers. So after a lead-off triple for the Pacers here in the bottom of the fifth, 2 pitches lead to 2 outs, and that brings to the plate first baseman number 5, Chloe Webb. First pitch to Webb, called strike 1. Webb hits a line drive down the right field line, just going foul to the right of first base for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on third for the Pacers as Webb hits a shallow fly ball into left field, but diving to make the catch is left fielder number 3, Chesney Miles, to retire the side. That is our third diving catch of the afternoon. A lot of defense in the showcase today for both sides, but after a lead-off triple, the Pacers unable to bring anything across the plate in the bottom of the fifth. No runs on 1 hit and 1 runner left on base. We will head to the top of the 6th. Jaguars come into the plate still trailing 5-0. Leading off for the Jaguars is third baseman number 26, Victoria Opeza. First pitch to Opeza, low for ball 1. As I said earlier in the broadcast, the shadows from the tree line behind the field here definitely starting to come into play. The entire left side of the infield, along with most of center field, is covered now by shade. As the 1-0 fouled off at the plate, for strike one. One missing high, 2-1 now the count. Two one fouled off to the backstop, evens the count. A line drive played by Bolding, throwing over to first. Not in time as Opeza is able to beat the throw over a long throw from Bolding at shortstop. And with that, the Jaguars have their first hit of the afternoon here in the top of the sixth. That brings to the plate second baseman number 1, Grace Bailey. First pitch to Bailey, missing high for ball one. His time is called at the plate. Looks like Opeza is tying her shoe at first base. Now we return to action. Bailey swings and misses, moving the count to 1-1. One missing outside, now 2-1 the count. The 2-1 catches the inside corner, 2-2 now. The count to Bailey at the plate, runner on first with nobody away here in the top of the sixth. Two swung on and missed for strike three and out number one. Top of the Jaguars lineup now steps to the plate with the leadoff hitter number 3, left fielder Chesney Miles. As Miles walking back to the dugout now, might have a pinch hitter stepping out for the Jaguars. As it appears we do now, stepping to the plate is number 10, Tegan Henson. Henson this season batting .189 in 20 games played, 1 home run, 11 RBIs, a .297 slugging percentage, and a .262 on base percentage. As the first pitch to her, this is the zone for ball one. The 1-0 missing high, 2-0 the count. Low and inside. Now the count quickly moving to 3-0. Down the middle for strike one. 3-1 swung on and missed. Now the count full, 3-2. Three-two missing high, ball 4. Henson will take her base, and the Jaguars have runners on first and second with one away here in the top of the 6th. This time is called by Coach Poole. The Pacers are going to have a meeting in the circle. We'll step aside briefly. Runners on first and second, one away in the top of the 6th. Jaguars still trail 5-0. Welcome back as we return to action. Center fielder number 18, Sydney Gilbert, now steps to the plate. Kaylee remains in the circle for the Pacers. As she's swung on, played by Rouse, steps on third, throwing over to first, not in time. Runner trying to advance to third, and she is in safely as Rouse unable to make the tag. Runners on the corners here for the Jaguars with 2 away, bringing to the plate shortstop number 99, Kaylin Scaife. Scaife hits a bouncing ball to the second baseman, Fisher. She flips to Bolding at second for out number 3 to retire the side. For the Jaguars in the top of the 6th, no runs on 1 hit and 2 runners left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Pacers coming back to the plate, still leading 5-0. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning. To start things off, we have a new pitcher in the circle for the Jaguars. Now pitching number 40, Raylan Music. 1-0 on the season, a 4.85 ERA, 13 innings pitched with 5 strikeouts and an opponent batting average of 300. And leading things off for the Pacers is shortstop number 10, Kaylee Bolding. Bolding swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. The 0-1 finds the zone. Count quickly moves to 0-2. The ball misses inside. 1-2 now the count. Bolding hits a hard line drive played by Scaife at shortstop, throwing over to first in time for out number 1. Now batting center fielder number 18, Lydia Johnson.
Now batting number 18, Lydia Johnson.
First pitch to Johnson, low and away, ball 1. The 1-0 missing high, 2-0 now the count. The 2-0 down the middle for strike 1. Two one down the middle again, called strike 2, now evening the count at 2-2. Johnson swings at the 2-2 and it is fouled off to the backstop. Count remains the same. The 2-2 low, now the count full on Johnson, 3-2. Johnson swings, hit into foul territory, and it'll be out of play off the Jaguars' dugout. Count remains full at 3-2. Johnson is a bouncing ball played by Opeza, throwing over to first in time for out number 2. Base is empty, 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. That brings to the plate for the Pacers catcher number 1, Molly Rawlings.
Now batting number 1, Molly Rawlings.
First pitch to Rawlings, a fastball for strike 1. A breaking ball that hung in the air for a long time but made its way to the strike zone, moves the count to 0-2. The 0-2 missing outside, 1-2 now the count. Rawlings swings and misses for strike 3, and the side is retired. For the Pacers on the bottom of the 6th, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We will go to the top of the 7th. Jaguars coming to the plate, trailing 5-0, but are down to their final 3 outs. Top of the seventh inning here at USC Aiken, leading Augusta University by a score of 5-0. We've made it to the top of the seventh inning. Pitcher number 40, Rylan Music. Music this season in only 10 appearances at the plate has a 143 on base percentage. The 0-1 finds the zone for strike one. One and one outside, 2-1 now the count. The 2-1 down the middle, 2-2 now the count. Two fouled off down the line, foul. Called strike three on the outside corner for out number one.
Now batting number 2, Eden Parker.
Now batting number 2, designated player Eden Parker. First pitch to Parker, a fastball for strike one. Parker hits a line drive into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Johnson struggling to get it in quickly as Fisher drops the ball on the relay. And the Jaguars are still alive here with a one-out double in the top of the seventh from designated player Eden Parker. Now batting right fielder number 21, Nevaeh Ross. Ross swings and misses for strike one. Inside pitch, Ross turns on, but is fouled off at the plate. Might have gone off the end of the bat, but the count moves to 0-2. The 0-2 missing outside, 1-2 the count. Ross swings again and is fouled off to the backstop. Count stays at 2-2. Ground ball played by the shortstop. Fisher on a backhand, throwing over to first in time for out number 2. Runner does advance from second to third, and the Jaguars are down to their final out here in the top of the seventh. A pinch hitter stepping to the plate. That is number 33, Aylin Howard. Howard this season batting 224 games with a 240 slugging percentage and a 286 on base percentage.
Now batting number 33, Aylin Howard.
As she steps into the left-handed batter's box, Rouse playing a few steps in front of the bag here on the third base line for the Pacers. Every other defender playing at normal 2-out depth. Kegley set in the circle. Now the pitch. Howard squared around to bunt, but it was outside of the zone. She pulled the bat back in time for ball one. The 1-0 swung on and fouled to the backstop. 1-1 now the count. This time is called by Kegley in the circle. The 1-1, a softly hit line drive out of play down the left field line. 1-2 now the count. One ball, two strikes. Now the pitch. Just missing on the outside corner. Count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th. Two swung on and fouled off at the plate. Count stays the same. The 2-2 low and outside now moves the count full to 3-2. Now the 3-2. A ground ball played by Kegley in the circle. She throws over to first in time, and the side is retired for the Jaguars in the top of the 7th. No runs on no hits, and 1 runner left on base. And that'll be your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Your final score, USC Aiken 5, Augusta University 0. With today's game, Augusta falls to 19-21, 8-8 in Peach Belt Conference play, and 4-13 on the road. USC Aiken improves to 24-18, 8-8 in Peach Belt Conference play, and 13-8 here in Aiken. That'll wrap it up for us tonight. These two teams will be back in action tomorrow on the softball field with a doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And if you're still looking for Aiken versus USC or versus Augusta rivalry, you can switch over to the baseball broadcast as the Pacers and Jaguars are underway on the diamond from Roberto Hernandez Stadium. But as I said, Pacers softball victorious here tonight over the rival Augusta University Jaguars 5-0. I'm Reeves Altman saying thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and we will see you next time.